Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another daily review for the NASDAQ 100. Today, I'm just going to be looking at what happened in relation to the analysis that I did for the week. So, and just to discuss things to look for. So before we begin, we just pray. God, we just thank you again for your blessing and for another day of trading on the charts. Pray that you will be with everyone watching this video. May we all be successful and may we continue to learn and improve on our trades. We thank you and we love you. Amen. All right, guys. So basically, as you guys know, this week I posted my analysis, which you guys will see in my other YouTube video, where I mentioned that the trend was broken back on Thursday, and it has been buying ever since. Okay. Now, I revised my take profit. This was my original take profit line right here for my weekly analysis. I revised my take profit to this green line right here. And of course, it hit my take profit. Then I decided that, of course, I'm not going to go back in for another buy until I get my signals, which is going to be a low. Now, unfortunately, that didn't happen. I did not get the signal I was looking for on the time frame. However, the good news is that it kept buying towards my analysis. So there's no two ways about it. I'm still not going to jump into the market. I'm not chasing price. I'm just waiting for price to come back and provide the signal that I'm looking for. All right. If my signal is a low, I'm not going in until I get another low. And remember, the concept is I am buying from my lows to my highs. So if you look at the daily time frame, you'll see that the daily time frame is coming from, all right, let me use another chart right here so you can see it better. If you look at this, you'll see that on the daily time frame, sorry, wrong one, use another one. On a daily time frame, the price is coming from a lower low, okay? Price is coming from a lower low. So what that means for me on my daily time frame is that it needs to go up and create some sort of a high, okay? Now, in order for that to happen, price needs to come back to make a low on my smaller time frame for me to continue with my buy. Okay, this is the daily time frame. Notice this is where price is coming from. This is where it's actually at right now. This 78% on this fibs, this is actually the fib levels on my 2-hour time frame. So notice my 2-hour time frame, drew it from my high to my low. Price is currently at the 78% retracement level. So right now, I can expect a retracement for the sell. However, because I am going for the current trend, which is from the daily lower low to the high, I'm not interested in taking the sells because that would be going against the trend. So even if this sells right now, it's okay. I'm waiting to get my signal before I go back in, okay? The good news is when it sells and comes back within this region here, or wherever it puts on the low, I know that the price is going to come back to exactly where it's coming from. Because remember, the price is making higher lows, higher highs on the smaller time frame. So that's good news for me. I'm not worried, not chasing the price. I'm just sitting and I'm waiting. All right. That's the important thing that I want us to get. So going back, let me switch back my charts again. Going back to my original chart, we'll see that on today, let's look at the 2-hour. And we look exactly at what happened here. Okay. So today, this is where the price started from right here. This is where it ended yesterday. This is where it started. Okay. So I was waiting for a low, to go in. I did not want to risk it. But look at what price did. It came on the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour, it made a higher low. Okay. Now because my strategy dictates that I'm going in on lows, okay, I did not get a low, so I'm not going in. But look at what price did. It just continued buying. I'm buying. Even at the 2 o'clock, when a lot of people were anticipating for it to sell, you know, it just kept buying. Okay. The point I want to make in all of this, guys, okay, somebody asked me today on the Minds chat, you know, what do I look for? You know, if price actually affects, sorry, if news affects how I trade and everything. The answer to that is no. I do not listen to news, and I do not, you know, worry about what the FOMC is doing or anything like that. Volatility happens during within market structure. Okay. And let me just break that down and I'll show it to you real quick. Now let's look at the 1 hour. Every single day, the market makes a high and it makes a low. That's it. Every single day. As long as the market is open, it makes a high and it makes a low. Okay. Definitely. I guarantee you. Back test it and you will see for yourself. This button right here that says replay, you just click on replay and you just drag this over to as far back as you want to go, and you can retest any kind of scenario to see. That's how you practice. All right. Now, let me just show you what I mean when I say every single day. Now, if you notice how I draw my charts, I use daily separators and weekly separators. My blue lines are my weeks. So this is Sunday, and then here you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then ends on Friday into Sunday. Okay. Now let's look at each of these. So right here you see I'm at this high point. Okay. Let's look at Monday, for example. Okay. So we're in Monday. I'm going to just use my replay tool, bring this down. All right. So this is Monday. All right. Now, see this right here? Price came up. This is the highest point on Monday. Okay. This is the lowest point on Monday. Okay. Now let's go and we will take this down to a smaller time frame. Let's say the half an hour, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay, we're looking at Monday. Okay. Every single day, the market makes a high and it makes a low point. Highest point, lowest point, which means if you came in here, sold to the lowest point of the day, that's the sell. This is the lowest point of the day, came up, made the highest point. It actually, if you look at this thing here, this was the highest point. It sold all the way down to the low. It came back up. It did not break this high. Okay? Did not break this high. So already, if you came in on the highest point right here, sold to the low, guess what? You'd have made profit. Okay? Let's look at another day. So we are now into Tuesday. All right? So look at what happened on Tuesday. Okay? Let's finish out Tuesday and I'll show it to you. Okay? All right, this is Tuesday. Look at what happened. Remember, this is where you came in. This was your highest point. This is now your lowest point. Okay? On Tuesday, this is your lowest point. This is now your highest point on Tuesday. Every time the market makes a high, it makes a low. It makes a low, it makes a high. That's how you get the zigzag pattern. All right? This is how you get the zigzag pattern. Right? Every time it makes a high, it makes a type of low, a type of high, a type of low, a type of high, a type of low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. That's all the market does every single day, every single week, every single month, whichever time frame you're on, there's always a highest point and there's always a lowest point. Now, the trick is to know what trend your market is in. okay? And to get the trend of the market, you want to make sure you're looking at your biggest time frames, okay? Looking at your biggest time frames, your largest time frames, down to your smallest time frame. Not from your smallest time frame to your biggest time frame, okay? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say, for example, you're somebody who does analysis on your 15 minutes, okay? Now let's take, for example, yeah, this day, for example, okay? So you're doing your analysis on this particular day. This is your smaller time frame, okay? So we are going to do the replay and we're going to come here, okay? This is your smallest time frame. All right. Now, here you notice that the 15-minute actually made a low at this point right here. Let me use the highlighter and mark this low right here, okay? This is your 15-minute. Now, when you look at your 1 hour, that particular point on your 1 hour is actually a higher low, okay? But this is the trouble of doing the analysis on a smaller time frame. So if you're on your 15-minute and you say, okay, fine, I'm going to take lows, and I'm going to take highs on highs to lows on my 15-minute. If you got in on this low right here, it came up, it made a high, then it made a higher low, then it made a higher high. But notice what the price did. It came right back down and broke right here. So which means this move was not finished. If the price goes up and comes back and passes your low, it means that the move was not done to begin with. And that is because you took the trade on your smaller time frame. Okay. Now let's go to the bigger time frame and I'll show you that same example. On that same example, remember, you took the trade based on your 15-minute low, which actually was a higher low on your 1 hour time frame. If you're on your 1 hour time frame and you are waiting on the low on your 1 hour, this is where you would have gotten in for that trade. You'd have gotten in right there. Okay. All right. Let me just delete this. So that's where you'd have gotten in for that trade on your 1 hour. Look on your 15-minute, how that plays out. On your 15-minute, that is actually a low, but it's actually lower than this previous low that you came in on. So that's why I say the bigger time frame actually trumps the smaller time frame. Okay, so you want to use your bigger time frames to get in on the trade. So look at what happened because you came in on your 1 hour time frame. All right, look at what happens. The bigger time frame, price just kept doing that. That's where it came in, and price has not come back down there since. It just kept going and going and going and going and going, right? Until we're right where we are right now. That is what price actually did. Okay, so the important thing to know is that you want to actually be entering on your bigger time frames, okay? And you want to make sure that you're taking the trend moves. So low to highs, high to lows. That's it. That's what you want to be doing. All right. So, that was just today. It was just a continuation of what we actually see. This is clearly an uptrend right here that we're looking at right now. So I don't understand why some people are anticipating a sell in this market. I really don't get it. I don't understand why you would be anticipating a sell. Okay, because you're clearly going against a trend. If you take a trend line and it drew from here, from even this lower low, which is where the market made its lowest point last week, Wednesday, and you drew a trend line right here, this is clearly an uptrend. So I don't understand why somebody will be looking at a sell in this market, okay? Because the move is not finished as yet. If you look at your bigger time frames, your 2 hours at a higher high, so it's at an exhaustion point, okay? So, but remember, you can't look at your smaller time frames. You have to look at your bigger time frames. When you look at your 3 hour, Your 3-hour is not yet at a high, which means this move is not done. So this move is going to continue going up until that high is actually formed. Okay, don't believe me? Let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour is at a lower high just the same. Okay, let's look at another time frame. Let's look at your day, for example. Your day is coming from a lower low. It has not even registered. It has not even registered a lower high. Nothing has been registered on the day. So which means this price is still going to be pushing. So I don't understand why you would be anticipating a sell if your time frames have not even completed a high. It makes absolutely no sense, guys. You cannot sell from a low. You must sell from a high. And just look at these examples. Every time the market made a lower high, it came down, it made a lower low. It went to this low, it bought up to this lower high. Came to this lower high, it came all the way down to a lower low. So why wouldn't I not wait for another lower high at least to try and get a sell down to a higher low or a lower low or something? You understand? So it's not difficult. It's not hard, but it takes hard work and discipline to actually get the consistency. So stop anticipating what the market is going to do and trade what the market is giving you. Okay? If the market is telling you clearly as you look on your 1-hour time frame that it's making higher lows, higher highs, why would I be anticipating a sell in this market? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. So it would make sense if it's giving me higher lows, higher highs, it would make sense for me to actually wait on a higher low and buy to my higher high. That's it. That is it right there. You know, on my 2-hour, it's the same thing. Higher lows, higher highs. Wait for my higher lows, buy to my higher highs. That's it. That is it. So I really hope this video helps. Like I said, it's really all about practice. Don't be afraid to practice, guys, and practice with a demo account, not your real money. Trust me, when you get the concept, making the money is going to be real simple, but you must get the concept and be able to be consistent in order for you to actually continue making those big moves. So thank you again for watching. See you in the next trade. So as it stands right now, I'm just telling you, I am actually not going in. I'm not in a trade right now. I came out at my take profit yesterday, missed all of this buy, but it's okay. I'm waiting for price to come back to give me a low before I get into the trade. There is no rush to it. Price always comes back and tests the wick at the lowest point and at the highest point. And just before I close, let me just show you real quick. Let me just give you an example of that. Okay, let's just pick any wick at all, any highest point, any lowest point, and we'll see what the price actually did. So let's choose this one right here. Price was here at this high, okay? All right, let's say I missed this sell. All I got to do is wait for the price to come back up, okay? All right, so it came down here, came up here. Actually didn't go all the way here, okay? So it came down again. I missed this. And this is just me showing you what it takes to really just wait and be patient. Look at your time frames, spread them out, make them smaller, identify the trends that the market is doing, and you'll see. So let's draw a line right here. Every time you draw a line, price always comes back and hits the line. So let's draw a line right there. Let's take this out. So notice price did this, came up, came back. Okay, but look at what it did. It came back to the line, came back, passed it, went up. Okay, kept up, kept going again. Look at what price did again. Eventually comes back all the way around. If you have the patience and the money, it comes all the way back around and passes it. So if you draw any line at all on the trade, on the chart, just pick any point on the trade and just draw a line. So this orange line right here, let's say it's at this orange line and you're like, okay, fine. You know what? I want to go in for a sell. All you got to do is wait for the price to come back up and make a high. Boom, you got in. Sell. Okay, let's say you're here and you want to go in for a buy. Okay, drawn on a line, it's at a low point. Okay, let's say you missed it. It went up. All you got to do is wait for the price to come back and make a low. It did that. Look, you got to buy to here, although you're going against the trend, but you got to buy from here because it came back and made a low on your line. You got to buy. Okay, all right, watch this now. So we have that line. So let's say you went against the trend and you had the money in your account and the leverage and everything to hold on. Okay, that's what a lot of swing traders do. They came in, so you'd come in right here and you say, okay, fine, I'm not coming out until it makes a high. Okay, well, you went against the trend. Price did this. It came back. Okay, look at what price did. Eventually comes right back. Price always comes back. It always comes back. That is why I'm always stressing to you guys, find the trend that the market is in. Okay, once you find that trend that the market is in, okay, you trade the trend. So if it's making lower highs, lower lows, you want to come in on your highs and sell to your lows. If it's making higher lows, higher highs, you want to find your lows and buy to your highs. All right. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Again, God, thank you again for your blessings. And we just thank you again for just watching over us and for just giving us this opportunity to trade. We ask that you just continue being with us and help us to be continuously successful. We thank you and we love you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, take care and I'll see you next time.